Thompson.
And I'm Billy Davis.
Welcome to the Harrisburg July 4th Parade. 3-day-long celebration honoring our military and their families. Let the parade begin. We're starting off with Sheriff Brad Riley. Riley says he's proud to be serving the greatest citizens in the nation and is blessed to have the freedoms and independence that our soldiers have protected. God bless America.
Very good. We're going to follow up Sheriff Riley with the Cabarrus County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. These folks have been marching for a good 2 miles now, and they are just step by step, aren't they?
They are at attention.
Aren't they sharp? Some
Yes,
sharp-looking men and women there right there. That is some sharp-looking folks. So once again, welcome to the Harrisburg 4th of July Parade. This is happens to be my 8th year doing the, I think I started in 2006, so yeah, that's correct. That would, that's 8.
And this is my first time.
This is her first.
I'm so excited to be here. I've always gone to the Harrisburg celebrations, and to be a part of it is a great honor. Thank you for having us.
We're glad to be here with you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm always part of Channel 22. We're Cabarrus County's own little station, and it's just great to have you on board, you guys on board with us again this year. This way I can go back and show all my family what I do on a July 4th morning.
one day a year that you get the work done.
And thank goodness the rain has held off for us.
It has.
It wasn't looking good at about 7 o'clock, was it?
Well, everybody set up. The crew here has done a great job setting up and being prepared for the parade. As always, this town of Harrisburg is prepared, and the ropes are up and the people are here. There are lots of people despite the rain, and they're enjoying themselves. We've got flags waving and
lots of people. That's what has surprised me with the way the weather was working with us this morning and last night. When I showed up at about 7 o'clock, I saw just a very few chairs up and down Highway 49 here. But now, as far as I can see, they are 10, 12 deep, as they have been every year. So the weather hasn't kept anyone away.
No, nothing can stop this parade.
You know, we, the folks that are involved with this parade, all of the volunteers and all, they honor this is all geared to the military and their families, both serving and those that have served. And when we started this out, it was for the farmers in the community, and which was a blessing. They're a blessing to us, of course. You know, what do we do without?
I'm a farmer's daughter.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd like to mention them. They're always in our hearts. But the military personnel, that's really the backbone of the parade, since it is the 4th of July, and it's an honor to honor those veterans and their families. You just can't say enough about that.
Well, and coming up now, we've got the Town of Harrisburg banner that's being carried proudly by the mayor's family. Beautiful family. I believe they've done this for a few years now. So
that's a small member of the family, that little white one, isn't it?
You know, the four-legged family members are oftentimes the most important, aren't they?
They
It is in my house.
Yes.
We know who rules the couch.
This year's parade Grand Marshal, riding in honor and memory of their son, is Melinda Sapp Rule and husband Jack Rule. Their son Jonathan Goose Sapp, a Harrisburg fireman, passed away this past February from brain cancer. Jonathan Sapp began his firefighting career with Harrisburg in 2001 at the age of 16. He started as a junior and was committed to the fire service in an early age. In July of 2004, Jonathan became a full-time firefighter and earned his nickname Goose because his fellow firemen viewed Jonathan as a skinny gooseneck kid who had not quite matured to fill out his tiny frame.
All right, and this is the Military Order of the Purple Heart, sanctioned by Congress. The Purple Heart is awarded to members of the armed forces of the U.S. who are wounded by an instrument of war in the hands of the enemy, and posthumously to the next of kin to the name of those who are killed in action or died of wounds received in action. It's specifically a combat decoration. Their common bond is that they each have shed their blood for their country. This is their 5th year in the Harrisburg July 4th Parade.
This is the American Legion Post 523. The American Legion was founded at the end of World War I. It is a privilege of the American Legion to defend the rights of all veterans, yesterday, today, and on into the future. They honor veterans throughout the country that need financial help with their benefits, or any problems that may arise because of their service, and it's an honor to have those folks.
You know, you can't do enough to thank our veterans. They and their families have sacrificed so much for our country, and at Cabarrus County, our Veteran Services Administration does a lot to help veterans and their families navigate the paperwork and the channels that are involved with once you come home and get settled, how to reaccommodate yourself with the community and find the resources that are going to help you out.
That's very good. And I'm glad they have the support of the community behind them once they do return home.
Absolutely.
That's always been a big issue with our returning veterans. So you just can't do enough for them. I was watching let's see, what do we have here?
We've got the Chapter 909 Vietnam Veterans of America Concord, chartered in 2002. They currently have 115 members, which includes an AVVA auxiliary. They meet each month on the second Monday at the Senior Center located in Concord. Their main goals are to assist all veterans, active or retired, and give them back to the community. And give back to the community. If you're interested in becoming a member, please contact Nelson Lee at 704-467-2246.
And I was going to say quickly about the community supporting those returning veterans. I was watching a Braves baseball broadcast the other night, and there's a organization that has started across the country with 50 volunteers, returning vets that are geared to finding jobs for those returning vets around the country. And it was just a great little story they did on that. Let's see, what do we have here? We have the Black Phillips American Legion, Post 433, located at 12975 Cabarrus Station Road. And an honor to have them with us.
Check out that car. Now that's a pretty happening car. This is the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 27 and a 1949 Chrysler Windsor convertible with Department of American Veterans chapter officers.
What number do we have here? We have the United States Coast Guard. This is
Yeah.
Ron and Morgan driving. I believe in front of that was his military unit.
Yeah, there was a M274 military mule, and then Ronald Morgan driving his military unit. And coming up are the Buffalo Troopers. They ride to carry on the legacy of the Buffalo Soldiers, established between 1866 and 1944. They perform charity work and promote motorcycle safety. This is their 6th year in the Harrisburg 4th of July parade. Check them out.
That would be a lot of fun. That
It
would be a lot
would.
of fun to be a part of that group.
Safety first, right?
That's right. That would be a lot of fun. I bet they're all really close too, really close to each other. This is our sponsor truck. This is the Harrisburg July 4th sponsor truck. It's with the support of our local businesses and organizations that the town is able to put on this parade and festival that has become a family tradition for the community. And hopefully we will have a list of the sponsors at the This is Mayor of Harrisburg, Tim Hagler, and his family, riding in the Ben Minette Chevy truck. All Vehicles Council have been sponsored today by Ben Minette family and the Ben Minette family dealerships. Mr. Tim Hagler, been a fixture here in Harrisburg for many, many years. Really puts a lot of time and support into the community.
Absolutely. And now we've got Councilman Rick Russo.
Week. And that's his wife riding with him.
And now we have David Isaacs.
And he is followed up by Mr. Jeff Phillips.
And now we've got Mr. Chad Bockham.
Those are nice trucks that Ben Mine is letting us folks ride in, isn't it? And this would be the mayor of Concord, Mr. Scott Paget. And that is a nice vehicle he's into.
And this is Carolyn Carpenter of the Cabarrus County School Board of Education.
She gets geared up for it, doesn't she? Does she not get dressed up?
That's patriotism.
She's been in this every year I've been involved with it. She really shows, she just seems to improve with each year on her get up. So it's great to have her with us. This is Mr. Todd Adams representing the Kannapolis City School Board of Education.
And now we've got the Miss July 4th pageant winners. Miss Wee Baby, Olivia Badush. Miss Baby, Kylie Herlock. Miss Tiny, Faith Best. Miss Minnie, Alex Rayfield. Miss Little, Grace Mercer. Miss Preaching, Olivia Albedez. Miss Tina, Alana Cooper. Miss Junior Miss, Serena Current. Miss July 4th, Megan Lambert. Mrs. July 4th, Elaine Kelly. And the Bright Blessings Charity Crown winner, Lely Almond. Let's not forget the 2013 ambassadors, Erica Shoup, Sarah Shoup, Holly Emmert, Terrell Hope, Ricky Elaine, Kyra Kelly, Destiny Hopkins, Mallory Abdelazes, and the pageant is run by Miss Melissa Shoup, who has been a strong supporter and involved in the pageant for so many, many years. There's Erica Shoup.
Who was that just went by?
Those are our fair queens.
Okay, Little Miss Cabarrus County Fair. Yeah, Erica Shoup, Miss Cabarrus County Fair. These girls will crown the 2013 Fair Queens at the September 7th Cabarrus County Fair pageant. And you had...
Look at those lovely crowns.
Back to your others. Okay.
All right, and that's the Providence Baptist Church, located right here on Harrisburg on Highway 49. They are promoting their annual Stuff the Bus campaign to collect school supplies for local elementary schools. Folks, it is so important to support back-to-school activities like this. There are so many kids that need the basics, and our teachers are going out and purchasing things to help, but every little bit can help education go a long way.
Absolutely. This is the Carey Insurance Agency, providing insurance of all kinds to meet your needs. Nice truck and a good crowd in the back, just to waving along and toss them, get them lots of candy. And this is better than Halloween, actually, as far as the candy supply.
This is the Cabarrus County Farm Bureau. They're located at 3814 Highway 49 South in Harrisburg. Farm Bureau has been in business since 1936 and has offices located in every county in North Carolina. The Harrisburg office sells all types of insurance, which includes auto, home, life, long-term care, and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Stop by the office and get a free quote.
One of our sponsors, CC's Pizza. Welcome to CC's as you're greeted every time you walk in. CC Pizza wants to thank the people of Harrisburg for their support and proud to again be a part of the Harrisburg July 4th celebration located at Highway 49 and 485 in the Wexford Plaza Shopping Center.
And this is GoLocoDeals.com. We all go crazy for a good deal.
Here we have the 96.9 vehicle, the Cat, the home of Paul Shad and Meg in the morning, and the most music guaranteed. The Cat is proud to sponsor this year's event, jumping on board with us again. So great to have them. I wanted to mention back here when the Queens were going by, did we mention
Aaliyah Nguyen,
and
Little Miss Cabarrus County Fair. She was awful cute, wasn't she?
She was, and I think I did hear you mention Erica Shoup. And I just wanted to make sure we got her name in there.
All right. Now we've got 102.9 The Lake, where it's all about variety. They are a proud sponsor of this year's July 4th celebration, and we want to thank them very much.
They're located, do you happen to know where? Is it up at the lake, around the Lake Norman area, I believe?
Yep, they're up at the lake.
Yep.
It's in the name.
Oh, it is.
102.9 The Lake.
Is that what that says?
You can't pull anything past you, can you?
No. Is that what that says, the lake? I'm just wondering which lake. It could be Baden, Wiley. James, Tuckertown, IROC, but I'm guessing that it is in our backyard, which would be the Lake Norman area. So I got you.
You know, the festivities started a couple days ago with the Miss July 4th pageant, and then of course yesterday there was music, and I believe the Tams played, and there were fireworks that went off, and I could hear them from my back deck, but unfortunately with all the cloud cover I couldn't see them. I was very disappointed, but gonna have to get out there tonight and watch the fireworks.
Now, do you have any small pets at home?
I do. I have no, he's not small. He's a 100-pound dog.
Great Dane?
Yeah. And
you saddle him up every once in a while?
He was anxious, but that's all right. We calmed him down. We played with him, calmed him down. He wasn't too affected by him, and you know, the cat would slap him around.
So, any issues with the fireworks going off and hiding under a blanket or a pillow or anything like that, or did you just stand out there and muscle up?
He was wide open. He was wide open.
Well,
I see bubbles, lots of tiny bubbles.
I have a little Dachshund, and you can just stand in the living room and go boom, and he's hiding for the blanket. He's going for the blanket. You don't see him again. So
they're pretty intuitive.
And he's 9 pounds 2 ounces of solid muscle. Yeah, you know, I'd mentioned all of the candy that's being passed out. You know, we have kids going up and down the street that are just inching to each vehicle as they're approaching some of these kids, and they're grabbing, like I said, it's better than Halloween. They're grabbing all kinds of goodies. You know, one thing I like about a 4th of July parade are all of the American flags that everyone seems to be holding in their hand and waving. And
it is. The kids are waving them in the air. You watch the traditions get passed down to one more generation is what we're seeing here, and that's what living in Cabarrus County is all about, passing along those great traditions.
Isn't that a beautiful flag, that red, white, and blue? And it is nice to see all of these young folks celebrating the 4th with their flags and all. And
all these families coming together.
There's a lot of folks wearing the red, white, and blue, maybe a shirt or a pair of shorts. I've even seen flip-flops, red, white, and blue, and their hair's red, white, and blue. And that's just a pleasure to have everybody out here with us to be a part of the celebration. Let's see, here we have Harrisburg Security, and I like their little beach theme float with their Walt Disney towels hanging out in the background.
Can't go to the beach, you bring the beach here. And now we've got the Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Coca-Cola has been in business for over 125 years and wants to thank all of you for making this possible. Coke sincerely appreciates your business and asks you to stop at your local grocery or convenience store to pick up your favorite ice-cold Coca-Cola product. Thank you for being our loyal customer.
Yeah, and check this, I love that. Check the car up out that's in that trailer. Nice. This is Harrisburg's hometown pharmacy, locally owned and operated by Penny Jordan and Sherry Everhart. They are open Monday through Friday 9 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 2, and offering Fast Friendly's drive-through service too. And they have always said they're the best kept secret in Harrisburg.
They are. Great service, great people. I believe it started to rain on our parade.
Oh, I knew you were going to use that line.
You know I was waiting for it.
You were going to use that line.
You know I love a dead pun.
And as I told you earlier, I can't believe I didn't think of that line. This is really the first year we've dealt with a shower, you know, at the beginning. We've dealt with 98-degree temperatures at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It might be 98 degrees now.
But it's raining on our parade. There's just a little bit. It's going to open up.
It's going to open up. See,
We're
it's
going to
already
be all
started.
right. Oh yeah, it's clearing up, folks.
I will say, when the rain started, it did get cool for about a half second. That was nice.
Is that all you needed?
I appreciated that.
A half a second?
You know, It just gives you a taste of what you could have.
Well, the part I like about it, just for a brief second there, I thought I was at the pool.
Again, it doesn't take much to trick you, does it?
It doesn't. And if I wasn't here, I would be at the pool. So, in fact, that's where I'm heading later this afternoon. Hopefully it clears up a little bit.
I think we're going to be grilling a little bit, having some fun.
You guys grilling out today?
Probably so. We like grilling out.
I do believe those are our plans too, which I think most of the folks, that's what they'll end up doing some point in time today. Some nice burgers and dogs on the grill.
And fresh fruit. And you know, our local farmers markets here in Cabarrus County, the Piedmont Farmers Market, they have several locations all over the place, and they do a lot of the local produce, of course, and it's a good way to support our community.
Yeah, I went to, on Mondays, they are right here at the old post office that was renovated off of Robinson Church Road. And I went by there last year and picked up a watermelon that was actually probably the best watermelon I've had. It was, first off, it was seedless. I don't know how you do that. But
you only grow one and then it's done.
I guess, I don't know. But I went by and bought one of those. The price was great. And I got that home, cut it up, and it was the juiciest, freshest watermelon. Not like anything I've bought in a grocery store. Not that anything's wrong with that. They've got great watermelons too. But this was just unbelievable. Went back up there and to buy another one, or 2 or 3 more for my neighbors. They were gone. I missed it by about 10 minutes. So
you can't do July 4th without watermelon.
Oh, you've got to have watermelon.
That is a key part of the holiday. I wonder how that got started. I guess just being in season around this time of year, and
yeah, hard to find a pumpkin.
it'd be hard to find it. Although I saw a Facebook challenge, somebody needed a pumpkin within 24 hours.
No way.
Or
really?
maybe it was just proposed. How do you get a pumpkin in the middle of July? I thought about it and then I ran out of ideas, short of flying.
That would be like grilling out a turkey today, you know? You just can't do it. You just have to do the burgers and hot dogs. But yes, best watermelon. So the Piedmont Farmers Market, great to have them in our community, and also to support those farmers, you know. So
this parade got started with farmers, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it sure did. It was an honor to them, and that's why I still like to mention them, that they are such a strong part of our community, and you know, they're slowly but surely disappearing with the growth that's coming to our area, but those that are still out there, I love to see them at the farmers market and able to support them with a purchase of 2 of fresh tomatoes too. Wow.
Oh yeah. I've been making so many tomato sandwiches lately. I think that's all I've ate for the last month.
Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got the parade caught back up with us here. We had a little lag in the action there due to some waving and passing out the candy, and these folks in front walking very fast. This is Lee Brown and Associates. Lee Brown is your local realtor and neighbor, born and raised right here in Harrisburg and working every day in Harrisburg. Proud to honor America, veterans, and proud to call Harrisburg home. And she has a deal, I believe, that she'll let you use her van there to move.
Really?
So if you're moving from an apartment to a house or moving house to house, you're allowed and able to use that van to help you out with the moving.
That is a great idea.
That's
what
a
a great
idea.
service. And now we've got the old school 105.3 FM playing the best old school music from the 70s and 80s with artists like Luther Vandross, the Isley Brothers, Michael Jackson, Frank Beverly and Mays, Earth, Wind and Fire, Anita Baker, and many more old school favorites. They are proud to be presenting sponsor of this year's July 4th festivities. And how is it possible that the 70s and 80s are old school? When did that happen?
I'm not going to comment on that. To me, I'm still living there, so my favorite music. This is always a very active group. This is the Rocky River Church. Meet Sunday 10 a.m. at Central Cabarrus High School. They salute our veterans.
It's the River Rock Church.
River Rock. What did I say?
Rock
Rocky
Church.
River?
That's
Oh, River
all right.
Rock.
Lots of folks on that float supporting the community.
You know, those gentlemen in the background saluting and holding the flags. When I first looked at the first one, I thought it was a mannequin. They're so still. They're not even blinking.
All right, now we've got Geist Racing, which is located in Concord, North Carolina, and has been in business 10 years. Carolina Pizza Hut's Harrisburg Hometown Pharmacy, Concord Auto Repair, Deal One Auto Sales in Lancaster, Airspeed Fabrication, and Hendren Racing Engines are proud sponsors. Geist has participated in the 4th of July Parade for 4 years. Owner of Geist Racing is Robbie Geist. Race cars built by Robbie Geist, crew chief. And this is the 30 car in crate sportsman and races in Lancaster Speedway, Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, and I-77 Speedway in Chester.
And they are followed up by our first band in the parade, the Hickory Ridge High School Blue Regiment, and we'll sit back and let you listen to just a little bit of them.
Parks and Recreation, the 7-8 baseball championship winners, the A's with Coach Josh Schlichke. Way to go, guys, way to go.
This is always a great entry to see in the parade every year. This is Ernie Jones with his Stumptown Tractor Club. This is the 135 Macy Ferguson tractor, railroad baggage cart, Fairbanks Moore 3-horsepower engine with a 36-inch water wheel. The machine also blows bubbles through the water wheel, and it has a horn. What more do you want?
Beep, beep. This is Miss Race City's outstanding team, Taylor Foley. Taylor sings the national anthem at the opening ceremonies of the July 4th celebration.
This is Dixie Academy. It's a child development center serving children ages 6 weeks to 12 years, located at 120 Robinson Avenue, Harrisburg. Miss Rosalind Dixon is the owner, and they have quite a crowd followed up behind their banner. You know, I want to mention back to the Hickory Ridge High School band. Hickory Ridge High School opened in the fall of '07, and in the first 5 years, the school has received over 200 first or second place awards and constantly receives excellent and superior ratings. They enjoy representing the town each year, and it's a pleasure to have them in our parade. My youngest was a first graduating class at Hickory Ridge, so I'm just a little supporter of them, just a little bit.
Well, and thanks to the students who came out and marched in the parade. It's their summer vacation, and you know, they came and they brought it. They had great formations, they sounded great, and they should be very proud.
You know, that's great that you mentioned that, because they could be at the beach, you know, right now, or at the pool.
All right, now we've got the Cabarrus Crime Stoppers. If you have information about a crime or wanted person, call Crime Stoppers for cash rewards up to $1,000. All calls are completely anonymous. We don't want your name, they just need your information.
I don't really want to ride in that car, do I?
Not in the back.
Okay. All right, well, it hasn't happened yet, so knock on wood. One of my favorite entries, this is George Blaney Racing. 17-year-old George Blaney, boy, he's an old guy. He's racing a Dearth Sprint car on the Carolina Race Saver Sprint Car Series, and sponsored by one of my favorite places here in Harrisburg, Pizza Hut, and I love that mascot.
And we've got the Cabarrus County Sheriff's Office, our DARE and school resource officers. DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and our resource officers are a great service to the schools. They're making connections with the kids in the community. There's our Sheriff's Bomb Squad.
Isn't it great that we have them in our community, but I hope that that vehicle stays parked in the garage 365 days a year and it's never used, but it's nice to have it if you need it.
Our Sheriff's Office and all of our emergency management folks and our EMS services, they all work very hard to stay trained, and our local officers, they stay trained, and they really do a great job keeping us safe here in Cabarrus County.
And we have a lot of support from them today, just directing traffic.
Absolutely.
So, they're all out here working instead of at home with families. So.
And they've had a long week of water rescues and
wow.
emergency management. So for them to come out again today is a great thing. We appreciate it.
Yes, 2013 is going down as a wet year. I think I saw on the news this morning 27 inches of rain so far this year in Mecklenburg County. So, wow, the lakes are full.
Now, I don't have a good source on this, but somebody mentioned that we are about to outdo the amount of rain that Seattle's had in the whole, that Seattle's average rainfall we're about to outdo.
And it rains every day, Seattle, correct? I mean, isn't that what
That's the legend.
I believe, yeah.
That's
I don't know
the
if you catch an episode of Frasier, he's in his condo, there's rain in the background, every episode.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, I never watched it when it was on, when it was first run series, but the reruns I love.
They are
But I
hilarious.
seriously, every time they show a shot of the background of Seattle, it's raining. So that's where I get my information from.
Another reliable
You think
source.
it's correct?
We are full of great sources. We're just as bad as a Wikipedia entry.
We're getting some great shots at the crowd up and down Highway 49, and you can see just how deep, I mean, what are we looking at, 20, 30 wide, and just, what, about 2.5, 3 miles.
As
it's
far
like
as
this.
you can see.
It's great that people get into this, It's grown every year, and it's, I'm just proud when I'm at work or around friends that aren't involved in the Cabarrus County communities that we do this. The town puts this on, and although it takes a lot of resources to do it, it's irreplaceable, and you can see how much the folks in our county and surrounding counties enjoy coming out for this. And what's great about it is you have the grandparents, the first generation, maybe some great grandparents, and then you have mom and dad, and then you have the kids. So it's just every year, it's just.
And like you mentioned, it's not just Cabarrus County. We've got folks from all over. This is one of the largest celebrations in our area. Harrisburg definitely has the hold on 4th of July. They've done a great job cultivating this program and growing it into something that we are really proud of.
Couldn't have said it better.
You could try.
I tell you, the other thing I like about the growth I've seen in the last 6 years of the parade are the work that goes into some of the floats. It used to be day one, it was just maybe something you'd haul your lawnmower around on a trailer or such, and great to have that. But now you've got some of these organizations that are spending days, weeks, on these floats, and really nice to see them out.
It takes a lot of time. You got to plan your theme, you got to buy your supplies. The volunteers have to come together and put things in line, haul it out here. This is the easy part.
A theme wouldn't be an issue with me, it would be involved with food. So
planning around the food or making the food
I'd have
part
like
of
the
float?
Pizza Hut mascot, CC's Pizza mascot, the Bojangles mascot. I just have them all riding on my float. No problem. A grill with the burgers and dogs. Maybe that watermelon I was talking about. This is Castles and Dreams Travel, a Disney travel agency. Christian Colored is happy to assist you and your family with your Disney travel needs. Have you ever, obviously you've grown up in Florida, you've been
Yes.
to Disney, so.
Oh, that was the great thing about growing up in Florida. You're right next to Disney, and having someone to help you navigate those resources. I hear parents talk about how confusing it is. So to be able to have a resource like that to help you plan your meals, your travel, and get the most out of your trip so you can enjoy it as a family, that's a great resource to have.
Did you ever
here.
work a summer out there?
No, but my friends always, I had friends that were monorail drivers, friends that,
great.
you know, helped out with characters.
Now, I was mentioning floats. How about this float?
Yeah, this is Cub Scout Pack 704. The Cub Scouts are ages 5'11", are proud to promote scouting in our area. And they've got a great nature theme going. You know, it looks like they just took a snapshot of these Harrisburg and Cabarrus County parks here. You know,
He's got a fish on the hook. Do you see that?
we've got camping, we've got fishing. That was a tremendous trip. Great job.
Here we have a motorcycle Christian ministry club with President Kenny Shoemaker. Now, those are some nice Harley Davidsons right there. And what a great organization, especially a ministry organization. What a great group of guys. If they would let me join up on my moped.
On your moped?
Mm-hmm.
They'd leave you in the dust.
Would they? Well, that
They
wouldn't
would.
be fair. But
So
you
we
ought to
can see you traveling around town in your little moped?
You ought to see me handle that.
How do you get the
Awesome
groceries
big-
going?
Backpack.
Backpacks?
Yeah.
All right, coming up, we've got the Harrisburg Family YMCA. Their bus is filled with campers of the YMCA program. The YMCA is proud to help support the health and our great local community.
They have a lot of members, don't they?
They do. It's a great resource for the community right in the town center.
I guess it keeps all these young men and ladies busy during the summer, right?
Busy.
Be a part of the
Busy,
YMCA.
Surprised you didn't bust out with a YMCA dance.
I started to.
I was waiting for
I
it.
started to. If you had not said, I was getting ready. Oh, you ought to see me do it. Sometimes I misspell it though. So we have here Leanne and Associates, REMAX Executive, Leanne Polk Wooten. The REMAX Executive has enjoyed serving the Cabarrus County area for 11 years and is a resident herself.
And now we've got RPM Cycles, dealership of Albemarle, North Carolina, family owned and operated by motorcycle enthusiasts. They stand for great motorcycles and great people. Check out those rides.
Have you been on one of those?
I would love one of those.
That's got to be such a different feeling than being on a two-wheel vehicle, the two-wheel motorcycle. But man, they just look safe, and man, it looks like you could ride one of those in the middle of winter.
It looks like a jet ski on land.
Boy, they've got quite a club, haven't they?
Check out those lights. You could really do those up. This is the Can-Am Spyder owners riding, and there's Spyder motorcycles behind the RPM dealership.
Those are neat looking little vehicles there.
And here comes the storage man and his declutter crew from the Rocky River Self-Storage and Offices. This is their second year participating in the parade. They're located at 485 and Rocky River Road.
Mentioning food again, here's one of my favorite mascots from Sonic. This is Sonic America's Drive-In. They are celebrating July 4th in style with their Sonic mascot, Sonic Car Hops, and their dancing chicken.
And coming up right behind them is the Central High School band, directed by Stephen Patucci, Assistant Director Drew Carter, and staff Haley Winder, Ed Neek, Corey Gaston, and John Lincourt. The Central High School Marching Band has a rich history of excellence, being a multiple Bands of America Grand National and Regional finalist. We'll take a listen. The Central Marching Band has proven it can perform with some of the best bands in the nation. In addition to national awards, Central has won many Grand Champion and runner-up Grand Champion awards from regional marching band shows in both North and South Carolina.
You know, I happen to be a drummer myself, and one of these years, instead of being up here on the platform of the television show, I'm going to disguise myself as a 17-year-old and jump in there and do a little kick drum stuff.
You know, I have marched in so many parades as part of the band. I think I put in my service.
Well, I was never part of the marching band in high school. I played little baseball, but I would love to do that.
Oh, you missed out. You missed out.
This is one of my favorite groups in the parade. This is Next Step Dance, a progressive dance studio located in the heart of NASCAR country in Concord, North Carolina. And to watch some of these folks do their tumbles,
Wow.
see? And you know, we mentioned in the past, this is concrete they're doing this on, not pads. So, and they've been doing this for 2-3 miles. You know, there's some hands that are blistered up just a little bit there. They perform annually in NBA, NASCAR, and NCAA events in the Metro area. The studio is the only one in Charlotte area that maintains a complete guys-only program, including tumble, tap, hip-hop, and breakdance. Next Step is owned by Teresa Malone and Stephanie Sloop. Check them out, www.thenextstepnc.com.
And now we've got the Cross Point Worship Center passing out American flags to celebrate Independence Day holiday.
How about the clowns in the back there?
We've got Minnie Mouse too. Don't miss Minnie Mouse.
Did I miss Minnie Mouse? Oh, yeah, I sure did.
And a little puppet. Look at our little puppet friend.
Eat more hot dog. This is Roberta United Methodist Church. This is the youth of Roberta United Methodist Church in their little hot dog themed float, and the cow holding up. They eat more hot dogs.
It's the Cabarrus Hot Dog Festival, which will be hosted at Roberta United Methodist Church. Now that sounds like a fun time. We got a little ketchup and mustard on the float. Now we've got top-notch gymnastics. They offer gymnastics for boys and girls ages 2 to 17. Competitive teams, summer camp, half or full day, reasonable prices, also regular classes, plus cheerleading teams. You know the Olympics start somewhere, don't they?
Yes, they do. And look at this. Oh,
Oh, check that out. Handstands and flips.
see, how do you do that? How do you do that on concrete?
I dare you to try.
How do you do it the first time? Just that first time.
Now we've got Miss Billings. It's America's Miss 2012. She's from Concord, North Carolina, and holds the national title of America's Miss 2012. She has one son, Zachary, who's 11 years old. Both would like to wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July.
What a crown. That is nice. She's got the idea there with the umbrella too.
Move your umbrella. Move your umbrella. There you go.
Beautiful crown, glistening in the sunlight.
I'm just overwhelmed by the top-notch dancers and all of these young men and women that are involved in those gymnastics and doing all of these flips and handstands and all
It
on
is
this
hard work.
on this hot, hot concrete.
It is hard work, but they are true professionals, those kids.
Here we have the Cabarrus Stallions cheerleaders of the Pioneer Football League under the direction of Coach Michelle Fuller and Lyrene Brantley. And they are just chanting away.
They are getting this crowd pepped up and ready to go, celebrating July 4th. Red and black is here to win.
If they practice that a time or two,
They're doing a great job. Everyone's in step, and they got a lot of pep. Step and pep, you can't beat it. All right, now we've got Wheels for Forest.
you can check out Wheels of Forest at www.wffinc.com. They've got gum, they've got bubbles, they've got the whole package going on there.
And this is the Natural Elite Beauty Pageants with some of their North Carolina Natural Elite and Natural Beauty State Court riding in style. They are a pageant system where every contestant shines.
They've got that wave thing down, don't they? That
It's elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist.
It's what is it
Elbow,
now?
elbow, wrist, wrist.
Elbow, wrist, wrist. So there is a technique to it there.
There is.
That's the first time I've been told that. I thought it was just you were born with that
No,
instinct to do that.
there is technique.
It really looks good. It's very distinctive to the position. I mean, without that wave, it's just so unique, and I love it.
In addition to the pageant winners, there's also the pageant families that are great supporters that make sure the girls shine inside and out.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That was, you're absolutely right. They have to have the support of the family, A lot of time involved.
All right, this is the Harrisburg United Methodist Church located on Highway 49. It's been in ministry to the Harrisburg community for 51 years. The float is carrying an 8-foot lighthouse representing the light they shine for Jesus. Home of the Harrisburg Crisis Assistance Ministry and Community Food Pantry, 50 Acts of Kindness, and packing 50,000 meals for Stop Hunger Now are just a few of the ways they shine their light and share their love of Jesus with this community. Riding on the float is co-pastor Tony Ruth Smith and children from the congregation.
This is Gene Riles driving a white and turquoise 1960 Chevrolet that he spent 14 hours yesterday polishing and waxing and sprucing up. It looks brand new.
Great.
It's like it's sitting on a showroom floor somewhere.
And we've got the Mount Hermon Lutheran Church on Highway 601 at 49 in Concord. Mount Hermon's float is known for handing out water bottles to the hot, thirsty parade crowd. This year's float highlights their upcoming mission trip to Honduras to bring clean water systems to villagers. To donate to the mission trip, contact Mount Hermon. We always take for granted the availability and access to water. It's so important to learn different ways to conserve water as a natural resource so we can make sure it's here for future generations, and the work they're doing to go and support water supply lines in Honduras is a great effort.
I hear a chug-a-lug here. That group is followed up by a Mitchell Tyler and an antique restored 1958 John Deere 730 tractor, and listen to that. Wow, that thing looks new.
And this is the Mosquito Squad of Concord, Salisbury. Take back your yard with the Mosquito Squad. No bugs, no bites, no kidding. This is owner David and Jody Gibbs. They have been in business for 2 years, and we want to thank them for supporting the parade.
He spent some time at the YMCA, didn't he? He's got some guns. He's got some guns. We've mentioned this group in the past. This is Cabarrus County EMS. Cabarrus County EMS. Great to have those folks in our community, and what would we do without them?
You know, the response rate of Cabarrus County EMS is one of the best in the world. What they've done to get cardiac patients into the hospital and hooked up and getting medical care as quickly as possible
Is that
has been
right?
recognized around the world, and we are so proud of them under the direction of Alan Thompson.
This is one of my favorite groups. You know, I mentioned I'm a drummer, so look at this group. This is the group I need to be involved with. This is Fusion Percussion, a nonprofit indoor percussion drum line that provides local high school, middle school, and college students an opportunity to improve their percussion skills.
You know, they've performed at the World Finals in Dayton, and that's a big deal. Anyone who's involved with the Percussive Arts Society and knows about indoor drumming knows how much time and effort goes into putting together those routines.
Sounds good.
It's not about clicking and clacking. You got to march and learn forms. Have you ever learned a form before?
Are you kidding? I'm sitting on a drummer's throne when I play.
See, you're only a half talent. And now we've got Speedway Flowers and Gifts owned by Ronnie and Kim Russell. Oh, excuse me, this is the American Heritage Girl Scout Troop. 220. Way to go, Girl Scouts.
Yeah, there's no way I could chew gum and walk at the same time, so there's no way I could keep a beat and walk. This is part of the Girl Scouts troop here too, right?
It is.
Yeah, I like their little tent.
We've got Pioneers, Pathfinders, a lot of red, white, and blue.
I like those balloons too, man. That float is spruced up.
You
That
know,
is
the
looking
Girl
good.
Scouts do so much to help girls gain self-confidence and learn new skills that challenge them in new ways. It's a great opportunity to explore new things.
Man, that drum group sounded good. I was getting a little rhythm going there. I was tapping
They
my
were
foot.
on it.
Oh.
Don't tap yourself off the platform.
Oh, you could carry this by yourself. You don't need me up here. You'd probably let me lay down there until this was over, right? You come help me out?
Not so much. Not so much.
It's great to see some of our veterans walking up and down the street here. You know, they're wearing maybe whatever branch of service they might have served in, whether it's Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, whatever, Marine Corps. And I just want to salute every one of them. You know, a quick little story. If I'm out at the airport and I see a serviceman that's flying through or making connection here in the Charlotte airport, I'll stop them, take them, buy them a cup of coffee, shake their hand, thank them for their service, and it's the least I can do.
We've got a great USO at the Charlotte
They
airport
do.
as well. They do so much for our community and supporting our troops.
One of the largest, and it is nice. I've been in that a couple of times. I've actually gone in there and pulled someone out to take them down and buy them a cup of coffee and just thank them for their service.
You got to pay it forward. It's all about paying it forward.
How about this character?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice!
He's decked out, isn't he?
He is.
This is Speedway Flowers and Gifts, owned by Ronnie and Kim Russell, located on Moorhead Road, across from the Harrisburg Fire Department. Their third year participating in the parade. Their leukemia awareness theme is in honor of their designer, Christy Hendrickson, who was diagnosed with leukemia in February of this year. Beetlejuice.
You know, it's so great to see people supporting their colleagues and their friends. A few of our floats here today are in support of people who are facing great life challenges, and it's nice to know that our community can do that, can support them. And you know,
Absolutely.
sometimes it's about a smile and a wave and a hug and a shoulder.
Absolutely.
And now we've got Larry Pendergrass float, Sweet Land of Liberty, depicting Harrisburg Town Hall. This is their 9th year in the Harrisburg July 4th Parade.
How about this Mustang? This is Brick House Grill, known for their old-fashioned burgers. Brick House Grill is located in Concord and locally owned. Oh, they have Thursday night cruise-ins from 5 to 8. And these are a few of their cruising supporters. A couple of nice Mustangs. Wow, look at this.
Now that is red. Check that red out.
That is a nice Mustang. That is a nice looking Fairlane too. That was chromed and polished last night too sometime.
And one of our hometown favorites, it's Granny Max.
Yep, Granny Mac's Bake Shop. They're located right across the street from AJ's Restaurant, which I want to mention is supplying our power today. So a big thank you to AJ's Restaurant.
I love the cake idea. Look at that. They've got all kinds of great treats at Granny Mac's. They've got smoothies, breads, donuts, bagels, cakes, coffee, and they've got free Wi-Fi, so you can hook up while you're there, do some work, and have a great treat.
One of the coolest things, they happen to be a neighbor of mine, so I've been watching this little float. They've been working on it for about 2 weeks.
How long has that cake been rising?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, we have...
It's the Double R Welding and Fabrication, where they provide high quality custom metal fabrication, matching, and machining and welding. Anything from barbecue smokers, custom utility trailers, hot rod parts, or any metal project. No job too small, free estimates. Located off Stowe Road near Franklin Park. Call 704-340-5825.
I'm glad you took that one because one of my favorite entries on our parade every year is from the Piedmont Antique Car Club. This is Joe and Sarah Strube driving a 1925 Ford. They have owned the car for 55 years. And I mention every year her cute little bonnet, and they are just the cutest couple. And you know, I hope I don't get myself in trouble, but I wonder if they dated in that.
I'm gonna leave you hanging on that one.
They both look like they're 25, but if you've owned the car for 55 years, and doesn't it look nice? It's such a pleasure to see them with us every year, and I hope they're with us for many, many years to come.
We've got a great float coming up here.
We've got a big truck, Miss Anna.
This is the Special Olympics of Cabarrus County. They are saluting the military and families, and you know, the Special Olympics is a great organization. They send people to compete all around the world.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They all went shopping at the same place for their attire.
It's red, white, and blue.
This is Cody's crew. Cody began entering the parade in 2009 to raise awareness about epilepsy. Even though Cody does not suffer from seizures any longer, he still realizes the importance of educating people that individuals with epilepsy can live normal, happy lives. Great to have Cody with us.
And now we've we've got the Central Piedmont Search and Rescue is a 501c3 organization, all volunteer group that assists in looking for lost or missing people. They do not charge families or any organizations a fee to assist with locating a loved one. The team has traveled as far as Florida to assist in a search. The team works from donations. C-SPAR was recognized nationally and received a national award from the Center for Missing People and Community United Efforts in March of 2013. The team also does public relations events upon request. You can contact them at 980-521-4549 or www.cpsar.org.
This float is Think Cabarrus First, which is a nonprofit organization that promotes buying local and representing the locally owned businesses, and I like that idea. That is, and that's Elvis up there with him. I thought he'd be over there at Granny Mac's donut shop. What's he doing on that float? Hey, he looks, he's
He's a
looks just like
hunka
Elvis.
buying local. You know, Think Cabarrus First offers great resources to the local businesses. So if you're interested in finding a way to support your local organization, just go to the Cabarrus County website. You can find information on them. Now we've got Wild Line of Kennels, where they do boarding, grooming, and training.
And I love the dog mascot there. All right, Fido, way to go. Give him a little dance there. He's dancing to some Elvis. How do you beat that? This is Integrity Flooring. Integrity Flooring, located just a mile north of the parade route, and they are passing out little bundles of candy already wrapped up.
Holy wow.
Yeah, it's coming off that float as fast as they can grab it and chunk it.
The kids are just running up to it.
Wow, they are, I'm telling you, this is better than Halloween. There's no joking about that.
And
You
now
walk
we've got
away
the
here.
Folk Brothers. They've been in business in Charlotte for over 49 years. They recently opened a second location in Harrisburg, concentrating on power equipment and turf supplies. Visit them at folkbrothers.com. Check out those riding mowers.
Nice. It's like he's sitting in his lazy boy up there, isn't it? That's a lawnmower.
They've come a long way.
Here we have the Victory Lane Corvette Club, established in 2013, if that is correct, with the goal of bringing together Corvette enthusiasts in a relaxed and casual environment. They support various charitable organizations with a spirit of goodwill and monetary contributions. Corvette owners of any generation are cordially invited to pursue their club at victorylanecorvetteclub.com. Now,
How can they support that club? What was that website again?
I just jumped 3 feet. Let me settle myself back down. What an engine. Let's see, that is victorylanecorvetteclub.com.
Those are some cool cars.
Now, would they let me ride my moped in that group?
No.
Oh, I have to have a Corvette? Oh, that's not right.
A Chevette will not do either.
That's all right. At my age, I couldn't get in and out of the thing, so. Oh, I'm hearing another marching band.
We've got the drill team, we've got flags.
These are the
And we've got the marching band of J.M. Robinson High School. Oh, we've got the J.M. Robinson High School varsity and JV cheerleaders. Home of the Bulldogs. And here's the band, the Pride of Robinson, J.M. Robinson High School Marching Band. This is their 12th year in the parade. Look at those stars shine. You know, a lot of people don't appreciate the work it takes to be in a flag corps.
I do.
Not only do they twirl flags, they twirl rifles, all kinds of things.
Oh, that sounds good. This is Cabarrus Law Enforcement Explorer Post 107 for ages 14 to 21 years old and sponsored by Cabarrus County Sheriff's Office and Concord Police Department. And I guess this is a organization that if you might have an interest in becoming a law enforcement officer, you would start with their program maybe?
It is a great opportunity. You, as a student, you would get to work a lot of events and work firsthand with officers and really get an idea of what the career in law enforcement is all about. And we've got the Maze of Terror. The Maze of Terror is located at the Get Lost Corn Maze in Albemarle. It's a haunted agritourism attraction open on selected weekends during the month of October. It's never too early to prepare. The Maze of Terror, owned and operated by Kent and Amy Lauder, has scared visitors since 2007. This is the Scare Actors and Haunted Hearse. It's their first appearance in the Harrisburg Parade.
Oh man, those guys are into it. And here is the Get Lost Corn Maze, owned by Kent and Abby Lauder. Offers affordable family fun in Albemarle. Get lost in the corn maze. Well, that's a nice place.
I could get lost in just that little corn.
They are sponsored by Muddy Boots Farms, owned by Kent and Amy Lauder and Roger and Ginger Lauder. Muddy Boots Farms provides fresh local produce. I guess they serve up corn, right?
This is Cub Scout Pack 173. They've been around for over 50 years with their host church at Harrisburg Presbyterian. Look at those families having fun together. That's another great mission of the Scouts, is to bring together families, involve parents in what's happening.
This float is from Harrisburg Presbyterian Church. Got their little red, white, and blue flags.
And we've got Miss Cedar Grove Church Queen, Deborah Carr. Deborah looks beautiful in that great red convertible there.
Nice car, Miss Carr. Nice Mercedes.
How did I not catch that one?
I'm going up on you. This is the FC Carolina Alliance, a youth soccer group club located in the town square of Harrisburg. Founded in 1997, a nonprofit organization that provides youth soccer training and development to all players.
You know, soccer's come a long way here recently, and it's a great way to get kids active and involved. It's a great way to get parents out on a Saturday morning when they could be sleeping, right?
And you can't use your hands, so I can't do it. I have to use just my feet. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
I've tried.
They're on a roll.
Great to have them with us this year.
You know, and coaches deserve a lot of thanks too.
They do a lot of time, sometimes away from their families as they volunteer.
And this is Miss Harrisburg Cinderella Tot, Reese Morrow, and Miss Miniature Miss Cleveland County, Kinsley Jordan. Cutie patooties.
What was that again?
Cutie patootie.
Okay.
Lovely ladies.
Oh, now I'm
Are we on?
understanding.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
thank
go.
you. Cutie patooties. This is the Wish Boutique,
They've been in business for a year and a half.
Located off of Highway 49 in Harrisburg. They are a gift and embroidery shop. This is their first year in the parade. Their float consists of a head ferry over the Wishes gift bag float. Oh, I've got you.
What would your wish bag float have on it?
I don't know, but the gentleman in the outfit, a lot of backbone to wear that.
Now we've got Scholar Athletics, a sports and leadership training organization for kids ages 4 all the way to college. They're inspiring scholarship excellence on and off the court.
One of my favorite floats. I'm a big dog lover. This is All Wags of North Carolina, and it is a doggy daycare and boarding facility. And check out Fido's. Look at that. That's just that's awesome.
Now we've got the Christ Assembly Church coming up. They're a non-denominational church that is passionate about spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. They've got a lot of passion. They are an outstretched arm of God, letting men know the extent of God's love for them. They believe in the power of God's word and give life's meanings. They are distributing their word, renowned, best-selling daily devotional. Worship with them at 200 East Arrowwood Road in Charlotte, 28213. Sunday service starts at 10 and Wednesday Bible study is at 7.
This is Autism Speaks, the nation's largest autism science organization. Join the Carolinas Autism Speaks chapter on September 28th at ZMAX Dragway for the 11th annual Greater Charlotte Walk, now for Autism Speaks. This is Speed Max Car Wash, located off of Highway 29 in Concord. Formerly Sparky's, so great to have them with us today.
$3 car wash and free vacuums.
Now that's a deal.
That is a great deal.
Located on Highway 29 in Concord.
You know, folks have really hung in there for this year's parade. You thought the weather was going to get them, but it didn't. They came out, they supported it, they stayed for the long haul, and you know, we've had a great time.
And we were blessed that the skies are turning blue, giving us the opportunity
The clouds are being honked out of the way.
Well, we've got below our stand here, we've got bubble gum lining the street and kids just picking it up. I'm telling you.
Well, and we've got Odyssey Athletics coming up. They're a competitive cheerleading program from Harrisburg owned and operated by Robert and Cameron Burns and Christy McGee. They're dedicated to shaping the lives of young athletes. At Odyssey Athletics, their goal is to teach young men and women the value of commitment, dedication, and hard work. They want their athletes also to learn self-confidence, leadership, and the importance of working with a team.
Wow, did you see that?
They offer all-star competitive cheer, tumble classes, private lessons, summer camps, and more. No experience necessary. They invite you to come be a part of a highly respected program with an amazing staff who will train your child to be the best cheerleader and or tumbler they can be. The first class is always free. OdysseyAthletics.com. Do you know what that jump was? That was a Russian, I think.
Is that what it was? I'm amazed. Here we have Kona Ice, and it looks to me like they were passing out frozen treats of some type. And I love that beach music. I feel like I'm in St. Martin right now.
It's a flavor wave.
Would it be wrong of me to yell for an ice cream? I guess it would be. I like their mascot here too. He's Mr. Penguin there. I feel better just seeing that vehicle go by. I feel like it dropped 20 degrees.
And now we've got the North Carolina Air National Guard. This is an 8th scale C-130 from the North Carolina Air National Guard. Oh, we've got Meineke.
Meineke Car Center located here in Harrisburg. And that's a special ride they're on. Military transport vehicle. That is nice.
They got 50% off brake pads and shoes.
And these are some folks you're going to be looking for about April 15th of 2014. Liberty Tax located here in Harrisburg.
Number is 455-4443.
Passing out some candy, decked out in the red, white, and blue.
Oh, they've got
and Miss
little
Liberty.
Lady Liberties they're passing out.
Oh, they do, don't they?
We got Lady Liberty riding in the car.
Nice. Now, you know, speaking of honoring military and their families, I think this last year was the first year we had this float coming up, join us. And as you mentioned, it is a replica of the C-130. located out there at Charlotte Douglas. And we actually have a place up on Baden Lake, and you'll see them out there practicing and training, flying at treetop, doing, mimicking, I guess, drops of some type. But I love this float right here.
It is pretty awesome. And the men and women of our National Guard, they are extremely dedicated. Their families support them in great ways, and they're upstanding citizens, great service members.
Yes, and they just had, it was this time, I think it was July 2nd of last year, they had a tragic event with one of their C-130s actually fighting a forest fire out in the Midwest. And I know they just had a remembrance and celebration of life out there at their National Guard Center. I believe it was Tuesday. So, man, I just want to salute them. I want to salute them for their service.
And there we have the town of Harrisburg's fire department, providing service in and around the Harrisburg area. They've always enjoyed participating in the town's 4th of July parade, honoring our military and their families. Check out that ladder truck. And now we've got the rescue truck.
And they've been serving the Harrisburg community since 1954. That's not a 1954 rescue truck,
That is
but they've
not.
been serving the...
That's Rescue 1. Nothing but the best.
And I don't have it in our script here, but I believe this fire truck is from Jackson Park Volunteer Fire Department, which I believe went out of service. I believe Concord is now covering that area, but Harrisburg bought their truck here, and I think that was just a great move on Harrisburg's part.
You know, we've had a lot of great floats here in the parade, and this year's parade, as always, is also a contest. Many of the entries you saw come by were entered to compete for the title of Most Original or Most Patriotic. The parade winners are announced the week after the parade. For a list of winners, visit the town website, harrisburgnc.com.
Well, did you have fun?
I had
Your
a blast.
first year?
It was fun. It was fun, and it was so great to see the crowds, and we appreciate everyone coming out, supporting the parade in the town of Harrisburg, and we'd like to thank you for watching.
And once again, I would like to thank Channel 22 and all those volunteers and Harrisburg Parks and Rec Department for all they do to put on this parade for our folks that are in our community. So it was a pleasure being with you folks once again this year, and I personally hope to see you next year.
Take care.